Alright, how's everybody doing tonight? Tonight's bubbly flavor is blueberry pomegranate. On the side of the can it says crazy fizzy love. Crazy fizzy love. Blueberry pomegranate. Okay, week 9 in the NFL. Let's take a look. Week 9 gave us some good games, a couple surprises also, but let's take a look at week 9, starting with the Thursday night game, shall we? The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Miami Dolphins 28-6. We all expected this one. Lamar Jackson, first game back from his hamstring injury. He threw four touchdowns. He was 18 of 23 for 204 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 92 and a rating of 143.2. Good first game back to be against Miami. Derrick Henry carried the rock 19 times for 119 yards. Zay Flowers had 5 receptions for 64 yards. And Mark Andrews also had 2 catches for 22 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa was 25 of 40 for 261 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 22.9 and a rating of 70.9. Devon Achane carried the rock 14 times for 67 yards. Jalen Waddle had 6 receptions for 82 yards. The Dolphins fall to 2-7. The Ravens improved to 3-5. Moving on to the Sunday games. New England Patriots defeated the Atlanta Falcons 24-23. A missed extra point by Atlanta cost them the game. Michael Penix Jr. back from injury for the Falcons. He was 22 of 37 for 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 89.6 and a rating of 103.5. Bijan Robinson carried the rock 12 times for 46 yards. Drake London had 9 receptions for 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. Drake London happy that Penix is back. For sure. For the New England Patriots, the surprise New England Patriots, I did not think they were going to be this good this soon. I knew Vrabel would have them going in the right direction, but I didn't think they'd be this good this soon. Drake May looks good. I also did not think Drake May was going to be that good coming into the league, but he's looking pretty good right now. He was 19 of 29 for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 50.5 and a rating of 102.5. Not his best game, but they did do enough to win. Complimentary football up there in New England to get the win. On Sunday, Travion Henderson carried the rock 14 times for 55 yards. Demario Douglas had 4 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. The Patriots improved to 7-2. The Falcons fall to 3-5. Alright, next up, moving along here. The Los Angeles Chargers defeated the Tennessee Titans 27-20. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert was 19 of 29 for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 58.4 and a rating of 101.9. this year. Oronde Gadsden II was the leading receiver. He also likes that tight end. 5 receptions for 68 yards. Pause. 5 receptions for 68 yards for Oronde Gadsden. And then for the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward was 12 of 21 for 145 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, a QBR of 13.8, and a rating of 78.5. Tony Pollard carried the rock 10 times for 56 yards. Alec Iomanar had 3 receptions for 46 yards. The Titans fall to 1-8. The Chargers improve to 6-3 in perhaps the craziest game of the weekend. Perhaps. The Chicago Bears defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 47-42. I mean, the Bengals, they scored 38 points last week and lost to the Jets. Okay, bad. That's so bad. So, Flacco in the offense, like, alright guys, we gotta score more points next week, maybe we can win. They scored more points this week, 42, and still lost to the Bears. And really, I don't know how. I really don't know how you overcome a 2-touchdown deficit in the last 2 minutes of the game and still leave too much time on the clock. Just some really, really bad tackling on that last play. That Colston Loveland touchdown. Horrific tackling. I mean horrific. Let's look at the stats for Chicago. Caleb Williams was 20 of 34 for 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 66 and a rating of 114.8. Kyle Monange carried the rock 26 times for 176 yards. Colston Loveland had 6 receptions for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. Joe Flacco balled out 31 of 47 for 470 yards. This old man threw for 470 yards on you, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for a QBR of 76.1 and a rating of 109.4. Chase Brown carried the rock 11 times for 37 yards. T. Higgins had 7 receptions for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bengals fall to 3-6. The Bears improve to 5-3. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Indianapolis Colts 27-20. I'm so mad I didn't have the balls to pick the Steelers. I thought it could be a trap game for Indianapolis, and I was right, but I didn't have the balls to really pick the Steelers in this game. They forced 6 turnovers, I believe, and still only won by 1 touchdown, which is kind of crazy. Aaron Rodgers was 25 of 35 for 203 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, for a QBR of 60.7 and a rating of 95.3. Jalen Warren carried the rock 16 times for 31 yards and 2 touchdowns. Calvin Austin III had 5 receptions for 56 yards. For the Indianapolis Colts, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, 31 of 50 for 342 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, for a QBR of 13 and a rating of 63.9. Not a great game for Daniel Jones, but not all of those interceptions were his fault. Jonathan Taylor carried the rock 14 times for 45 yards. Alec Pierce had 6 receptions for 115 yards. The Steelers improved to 5-3. The Colts fall to 7-2. The San Francisco 49ers defeated the New York Giants 34-24. For San Francisco, Mac Jones was 19 of 24 for 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 76.4 and a rating of 135.2. Christian McCaffrey carried the rock 28 times for 106 yards and a touchdown. Guess 6-3. The Denver Broncos defeated the Houston Texans 18-15. Bo Nix was 18 of 37 for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 53.6 and a rating of 68.9. J.K. Dobbins carried the rock 15 times for 61 yards. R.J. Harvey had 5 receptions for 51 yards and a touchdown. For the Houston Texans, Davis Mills was 17 of 30 for 137 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 51.6 and a rating of 68.3. That was a wicked hit that C.J. Stroud took when he was sliding. He was sliding trying to protect himself. Slid a little bit late, got hit. I mean, his head got bounced off the turf. Didn't look good, scary. But he left the game with a concussion. Nick Chubb carried the rock 11 times for 34 yards. Dalton Schultz had 6 receptions for 77 yards. The Texans fall to 3-5. The Broncos improved to 7-2. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the Detroit Lions 27-24. I did not have this one either for the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy back in the starting lineup. 14 of 25 for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 54.5 and a rating of 82.6. He also had a rushing touchdown. Aaron Jones carried the rock 9 times for 78 yards. Jordan Addison had 2 receptions for 48 yards. For the Lions, Jared Goff was 25 of 37, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 44.4 and a rating of 108.4. David Montgomery carried the rock 11 times for 40 yards and a touchdown. Sam Laporta had 6 receptions for 97 yards and a touchdown. They really kept Jahmyr Gibbs in check. Really the first team to really, I think, keep him in check this year. He only had 9 carries for 25 yards and 3 receptions for 3 yards. So they really made him a non-factor, and I think that really helped them win the game. The Vikings improved to 4-4. The Lions fall to 5-3. Alright, one more here that probably nobody had on their bingo card. The Carolina Panthers defeated the Green Bay Packers 16-13. For the Panthers, Bryce Young was 11 of 20 for 102 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR 47.4 and a rating of 48.3. The real story in Carolina has been Rico Dowdle. The Rico Dowdle resurgence. 25 carries for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tedero McMillan had 4 receptions for 46 yards. For the Packers, Jordan Love did not have a good game. 26 of 37, 273 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, a QBR of 66.6 and a rating of 80.1. Josh Jacobs carried the rock Shaheed had 5 receptions for 68 yards. For the Rams, Matt Stafford was 24 of 32 for 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 70.9 and a rating of 140.8. Kyron Williams carried the rock 25 times for 114 yards and a touchdown. Puka Nacua had 7 receptions for 95 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams also had 5 receptions for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams improved to 6-2. The Saints fall to 1-8. Okay, the last game of the 4 o'clock hour. The Buffalo Bills defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 28-21. It's regular season. Buffalo beats Kansas City in the regular season. Not in the playoffs, only in the regular season. So I thought Buffalo was going to win this game. And Josh Allen played really well. Reigning MVP, he was 23 of 26 for 273 yards. 23 of 26 against the Chiefs. 273 yards, 1 touchdown. No interceptions for a QBR of 83.8 and a rating of 123.2. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns. James Cook carried the rock 27 times for 114 yards. Dalton Kincaid had 6 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. For the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes was 15 of 34. Did not have a good game. 15 of 34, low completion percentage for him. 250 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception for a QBR of 50 and a rating of 57.2. Kareem Hunt carried the rock 11 times for 49 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice had 4 receptions for 80 yards. The Bills improved to 6-2. The Chiefs fall to 5-4. Moving on to the Sunday night game. The Seattle Seahawks handled the Washington Commanders 38-14. For the Seahawks, Sam Darnold put on an absolute clinic. His first half numbers were like the full game. He was 21 of 24 for 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 97.8, and a rating of 141. Have a game, Sam Darnold. Him and Jackson Smith and Jigba, they have developed a really, really good chemistry together. Kenneth Walker III carried the rock 11 times for 42 yards. And Jackson Smith and Jigba 8 receptions for 129 yards. Continues to just torch this league this year. For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, scary, brutal elbow injury. Thank goodness on his non-throwing arm, but the Commanders were down by 31 points in the 4th quarter and he was still in the game. So just tough, just really, really tough to see that happen. Yeah, I do blame the coach for not taking him out, but also he's a football player and football players play football, so I do get it. Both sides, but you gotta get him out of the game, down by 31 in the 4th. Jaden Daniels 16 of 22 for 153 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, for a QBR of 56.5 and a rating of 72.7, and no left elbow. Chris Rodriguez Jr. carried the rock 12 times for 65 yards and a touchdown. Zach Ertz had 4 receptions for 46 yards. The Commanders fall to 3-6. The Seattle Seahawks improved to 6-2. Okay, in the Monday night game, the Arizona Cardinals defeated the Dallas Cowboys 27-17. I'm kind of mad I didn't pick the Cardinals in this game also. Jacoby Brissett has been balling out for the Cardinals. He was 21 of 31 for 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, for a QBR of 53.5 and a rating of 115.1. Amari DeMercado carried the rock 14 times this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.